Let's draw a mushroom house. Mushrooms are a common form of fungus. They grow all over the world in woods or grassy areas where there is plenty of moisture. Some kinds of mushrooms are familiar foods, but others are poisonous. Sometimes the poisonous types are called toadstools. There might be other reasons that they call mushrooms toadstools as well. Mushrooms are made up of about 90% water. Mushroom hunting is the practice of searching and gathering wild mushrooms that are safe to eat. It's important to mention that only experienced mushroom hunters can gather and eat wild mushrooms. They are called mycophagous, meaning mushroom eaters. The act of looking for mushrooms is simply called mushrooming. It's fun to imagine that a mushroom could be a home for little animals. Many different illustrators and artists like Beatrix Potter and many others have drawn mushrooms as though they are little houses for fairies or frogs or bugs, or you could imagine your mushroom house having a chimney, windows, a door, a clothesline, shutters, a spiral staircase. You can be the designer of your own mushroom house. You might even imagine a staircase going all around the stem of your mushroom. I'm going to imagine this little wood frog and this little field mouse living in neighboring mushroom houses. You might want to draw along with me, or you might want to design your own mushroom house. To start, you're going to need a pencil and a Sharpie. Start with your Sharpie, and if you're going to do my idea, you can follow along and make a curved shape at the top. And then you could draw a shallower curve at the bottom of your mushroom. Then draw two curved lines at the edges, and then another curved line. Use your pencil to draw the stem. Now you can make the next door neighbor mushroom house. I'm going to make it kind of pointy, so I'm going to make the mushroom top shape kind of like a wavy triangle. Then I'm going to make a curved shape, make it a little bit bumpy on this one, and then two lines to show the underside, and then another curve. Again, I'm going to make the stem with pencil so I can draw my animals in front of their houses. I'm going to start with the mouse. You might want to draw a different kind of animal, but if you're going to make a mouse, you can think about drawing a curved shape for the nose with a kind of little point at the tip. Then you're going to curve it down a little more. And then you can make a little mouse ear. Then make the ear in the back. And an eye. Mine looks kind of like a lemon shape, and I colored in my eye, leaving a shine, and I gave her some eyelashes and a little nose. Now I'm going to draw the back of my mouse, and then the front part of the mouse with a little hand, and then the belly, and then the thigh shape coming down into the back foot. And then I can draw the other foot, and then I'm going to make a little spiral shaped tail. After you finish drawing your mouse, you can add any details like whiskers, and then you could think about drawing the animal that lives in your other mushroom house. I'm going to think about a little wood frog. So I'm going to make a little curved shape for the nose or the mouth of the frog. Then draw a circle for the eye and a little line around it. And then just draw another curve for the back eye. And then you could draw the pupil of the eye. You could add eyelashes or any kind of details you'd like on the eye. Then you're going to draw the back of your wood frog, or whatever kind of frog you want to draw. And then you're going to draw the little belly coming down. And then the front arm has a little curve to it. So it's like a little angle at the top, and then the hand. Then you're going to try to draw the back leg. The back leg is going to be a curve, and then another curve going back, and then another curve going up and then down. Then you can make the back foot, which is a little bit bigger than the hand. And then you can show the other side of the leg in the back, and then the little line for the belly. And then you can make the back front hand. You can make a line in the back and any kind of dots or markings that you'd like to add to your frog. I'm going to make my mouth look like it's smiling on the frog, and I'm also going to give a little smile to my mouse. Now you can go over your pencil lines and draw the stem of your mushroom houses, and you can have it so it looks like the animal is in front of its little house. You can then erase the pencil if you'd like to. And now you can start thinking about what you'd like to add around your house. You might want to add some windows. Maybe you want to make a little mailbox with the animal's name on it. Maybe you want to make a clothesline. Maybe you want to make a fancy door or some curtains in the window. Maybe you want to make a chimney. So you're going to be the architect now of your mushroom house, and you can add whatever details you'd like to add. Maybe you want to make some brick on your house, or maybe you want to make it out of wood or just out of mushroom. You can add any details you'd like. You can make it as fancy or as simple as you'd like to. I'm making a round door for the front door of the frog's house. And I'm making square windows. And remember, you can add whatever details you'd like to add. I'm going to make some round windows on the mouse's house. And then I'm making the little panes of glass in the window. And I'm making a square door or a rectangle door with a little border around it, and then a line to show how the door is split. And then I'm making a little heart in a little arc shape at the top. But again, you can design your house however you'd like. I'm going to make some lines here to show the underside of the mushroom top to make it really look like it's a mushroom. So I'm just going to make these lines coming out from the center. And then if you'd like to add polka dots or any kind of markings that you'd like to on your mushroom, you could do it however you'd like. making these little teardrop shapes on this mushroom, but you can make, again, whatever kind of designs you'd like. Maybe you have a fancy chimney coming out of the top, or maybe you have a third house. Maybe they have another neighbor. Maybe they live in a little mushroom city. Then you can think about what's going to be growing around your mushroom. I'm going to make some grass, and then I'm going to make some fiddlehead ferns. Some of you might have noticed those in the forest lately. You can actually eat those if you ask your parents to help you find them. They're very delicious. And then you could make flowers or in the background with some white polka dots. So you can add whatever colors you'd like to add. Being nice and careful with your painting. And now we can just paint together for a little while. Adding my final details. Here's my final painting of my little mushroom house neighbors, frog and mouse.